Hello and welcome to Thrive Within. I am your host, Marc Bucksath, a life coach, educator, and someone who's passionate about helping you live your life more fully, honestly, and aligned with who you really are. This podcast is your space for real talk and focused coaching on things like confidence, purpose, boundaries, self-doubt, and personal growth. So whether you're on a walk, taking a break, or just giving your brain a moment to breathe, I am so glad you're here. Let's get into it. Today's topic is boundaries. Boundaries often get misunderstood. Some people hear the word and they think walls, or maybe distance. But in reality, boundaries are clarity. They're the lines that help love thrive without becoming draining or confusing. In relationships, boundaries protect your energy, your values, and your peace. They make room for respect and honesty. Without boundaries, it's easy to fall into patterns of resentment or overgiving or silence. And with boundaries, you create a space where love can actually deepen because both people feel safe to be themselves. So if you've ever felt like you're losing yourself in a relationship, chances are that the boundaries were actually pretty blurry, or they're still blurry. And here are a few signals that boundaries in a relationship may need some strengthening. In your relationship, do you often say yes when you mean no? Or do you feel anxious before having conversations because you're unsure of how the person will react? Or maybe you've noticed resentment building, even though you haven't voiced your limits. Or maybe you feel exhausted after interactions instead of nourished. Now, don't get me wrong, these are not signs that you're failing, but they are simply indicators that something in the relationship needs clearer edges. So, here's today's mindset shift. Boundaries don't break connection, they build it. When you state clearly what you need, you're not pushing somebody away. You're inviting them into an honest relationship with you. Boundaries are not punishments, they are agreements. And they say, this is how I can love you best while still respecting myself. And when you practice them, relationships become healthier, not harsher. So let me share a story from my past. This was from a relationship a long time ago. I was involved with a girl whose family they were deeply involved in her decisions. And at first I told myself, okay, it's just a sign of family closeness. But over time I realized it wasn't closeness at all. It was control. And they had a very strong opinion about where she should go and what she should do and how she should think. And so being me, I tried encouraging her to set her own boundaries, to say, look, this is my choice. But it wasn't easy for her. And while I was supporting her, I kept mostly quiet myself, hoping things would settle, just kind of gently guiding her along the way. And then one day her parents tried to direct my choices too, telling me what I should do and how I should act and what kind of partner I needed to be. And that was the moment that I realized that me being quiet wasn't helping anyone. So I drew the line. Did it calmly, but firmly. I said, look, no more. I made it clear of what I would and would not accept, and not only for myself, but also for our relationship. I wasn't being dramatic or cruel. I was just simply clarifying. Look, water's wet, rocks are hard, and this is how it is. It didn't instantly make everything smooth. Some people weren't happy with it at all. But something shifted. I felt myself again. And she saw that boundaries weren't rejection, they were protection. And that experience taught me something. It carried over ever since. Boundaries don't just protect you, they can also protect the relationship itself. And they make room for honesty, for respect, and for love to actually grow without interference. And it gave her the courage to set and hold those boundaries as well. Let's turn this towards you. Take a breath and ask yourself, where in my relationships have I been quiet when I wanted to speak? Or what boundary have I been avoiding out of fear or of conflict? Now let's turn towards you. Take a breath, breathe in, hold, and release. Now ask yourself, where in my relationships have I been quiet when I wanted to speak? What boundaries have I been avoiding out of fear of conflict? And how might clarity actually bring more peace than silence? This isn't about being harsh. It's about being honest, because honesty is the beginning of trust. Here are a few things I want you to carry with you today. What relationship in my life feels heavy or draining right now? What boundary might lighten that weight? And how could I express it with calmness and care? See, boundaries aren't ultimatums. They're invitations to a healthier pattern. So, here are the 3 steps to healthy boundaries. And it's a very simple framework. First, we identify the need. Notice what feels off. Is it resentment? Is it exhaustion? Or maybe it's overextension. Next, we communicate clearly. We say what you need in a way that's calm and direct. And 3 is the follow-through. Boundaries mean little if they're only spoken. Respect your own word. Boundaries aren't about control. They're about clarity. And they don't guarantee agreement, but they do guarantee honesty. And honesty is what love deserves. So here's the practice of today. Think of one relationship where you've been holding back a boundary and write it down. Maybe the boundary itself is, I need advance notice before visits. Right? Then, next, write down why it matters. In this particular case, it helps me feel respected and prepared. And how you'll express it calmly. And then when you're ready, have the conversation. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but that's okay. Discomfort often comes before a deeper connection. So thank you for hanging out with me today. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to follow the show, share with a friend, or leave a kind review. It helps more people find these conversations. And if you're ready to go deeper, check out my books or learn more about my coaching with me at guidedpathcoaching.crd.co. You've got this. I'm here with you, one step at a time. Take a deep breath, trust yourself, and remember, you're doing better than you think.